Hello and welcome to Destiny 2, and today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on my newly made Crackshot plus Warmind charges solar build. For this you're going to want solar. So here, what Crackshot does when you activate your class ability, you'll dodge and then you'll fire scorching shots, and it will give you a bunch of buffs like cure if you land all three of them, and if you scorch and ignite them, it'll help reload them faster. For here you're gonna want acrobatic dodge, so it'll give you radiant, so your weapons will give extra power. Any knife works. You're gonna want healing grenade, as it's really good for survivability. I'll get to fragments later, but the reason we want the 7 Seraph armor is if you look at here, the 2-piece. Final blows with area of effect damage, solar ability, 7 Seraph or Icarus weapons, grant Warmind charges, and each stack of Warmind charges increases your weapons and grenade stats, which allows survivability, and your weapons will have more power. But the 4-piece, while you have Warmind charges, defeating powerful combatants, destroying a construct, or destroying a tangle releases a solar detonation that damages combatants and heals allies, which is very important for support and just straight up like attack. So you're gonna want a high stat of class, a pretty good amount of weapon, like a high grenade stat, and a decently high health stat. You're not gonna be using melee much, I find. So you can have a high stat of super, but it's not really necessary. For the super, you're probably going to want Blade Barrage, because it will scorch targets and allow your class ability to reload faster. For fragments, you're going to want Ember of Solace, Radiant Restoration effects applied, so increase duration of them. Empyrean, solar weapon or ability final blows extend the duration of restoration of radiant. Ember Singeing, your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. This is really important because combined with super and other effects, it'll like go crazy. Ashes, you apply more scorch stacks, and Ember Benevolence, applying restoration, cure, or radiant to allies, increase grenade, melee, and class ability regeneration. Really good for support, but also offense. For weapons, so what we have here is the Festival Flare. You're gonna want Slice or Attrition Orbs. With the first two don't really matter, but I recommend Quick Launch and High Velocity rounds with handling. I haven't actually put a mod on here yet, so I'm gonna go do that. Put guys to sleep for now. For the second slot, what's really important here are the 7 Seraph VY7. Here, it's a very important submachine gun. It's very good, and it will have the armor set bonus activate. Here, I don't really have the best roll on this, but you're definitely gonna want Seraph rounds and Gear Shift. If you don't have that, you're able to use Frenzy, very OG perk, and another Frenzy, or Feeding Frenzy and Frenzy. So just double Frenzy, OP. And the Enhanced Origin trait gives way more power to it, as it'll gain reload speed, range, and damage against combatants when combat begins. Very important. You're probably gonna want you're either gonna want mag or ballistics. I recommend ballistics. Very important. For this you're gonna want to use any rocket, any solar rocket. So, I recommend the Hazard of Vengeance, and because it's like a multiple mag rocket, so, and combined with other perks, or the reconstruction, exclusive light, probably want stun loader, quick launch, impact casing. Here on the Queen's Foil sensor, it works really well with rockets and grenade launchers, as you can see here, which are the two main things we're using. It's perfect because it also works with solar and strand. So the first is torch. So while radiant, you deal increased weapon damage to combatants affected by strand, which combined with festival flight will do crazy damage. Heart of the Flame, casting your solar super grants nearby allies radiant and increases the damage of your super for each nearby ally. It's really important for PS phases, as you'll support them, especially if say on caretaker on the last phase, or on phases where people are using super, you can do crazy amounts of damage. And also radiant helps your class ability. Kindling Trigger. Radiant causes solar weapons to apply scorch to unscorched combatants. And remember, if you scorch, it'll help reload your class ability faster. Perpetual Destruction. Now this is good because with non-exotic rocket launchers, they refund ammo and increase reload speed for a short duration. Unraveling Orbs, because if you pick up an orb of power, it'll grant strain weapons like Festival Flight, Unraveling Rounds, and Unraveling Rounds will unravel the target, dealing more damage. Dealing sustained damage to severed targets unravels them. Defeating severed target creates a hotspot of strain energy, granting woven mail to nearby allies for a short duration, including you. While Radiant, Solar Position, final blows cause combatants to ignite, and ignite helps class ability. In this build, we're not gonna be really using an exotic, but if you really want to, you can either use Dragon's Breath, the solar rocket launcher, in third slot, or you could be using Riven of 1,000 Forces. I forgot what it's called. I think it's something like that. But the reason that Riven of 1,000 Forces is so crazy good, I don't have it, but I know, because basically every time you dealing sustained damage will scorch and ignite the target, and that will reload your class ability so unbelievably fast that basically what it does is that you'll be able to spam your class ability in the air. That's how you'll start flying, because you just keep spamming so much. That's why it's so good. And then the exotic armor piece you'd want to use is Speed Loader Slacks. Tight fit, dodging instantly reloads all your weapons and grants increased reload and handling to you and nearby allies. While the buff is active, additional dodges increase the buff strength and refresh the timer, maxing out 5 stacks and dealing sustained damage grants class ability energy. So the armor mods you're gonna want to use for 7 Seraph Cowl, probably want to health. You can choose these depending on your stats, but you're gonna want to be using Solar Siphon, Special Ammo Finder, and Heavy Ammo Scout. For arms, you're gonna want to be using Heavy Handed, focusing and double focusing strike. For chest, you're gonna want Solar Resistance, Strand Ammo Generation, and Concussive Dampener. Just helps survivability. For legs, you're gonna want innervation, invigoration, and insulation. And for the cloak, you want Reaper, powerful attraction, and special finisher. You're not gonna be really using the special that much, so I find that you should use class font instead if you have the energy to do it. So I'm actually gonna use class font. Let me just put it here. And those are all the armor mods. And gameplay. See that guy? So wait, let's just go in rally banner real quick. And I'm just gonna show you how like OP this is. See, there's 24 damage if you have like a good roll, and it gives you on your burn. So starting here, class ability. Reload all your weapons. And just spam them. See how many times I can just like reload. Give you so many buffs, as you can see here. Because of the acrobatics dodge, it'll keep giving you radiant. See how many times I can just keep firing at it. And see friends in here. If you use your class ability, it'll reload. That's about a boss phase, I'd say. And minus the 27,000 damage that was already on there. That's about 40,000 damage in about a minute. And that's so insane. It's better than a lot of DPS builds. And especially, I just didn't have Warmind charges on. But if you were to like do final blows with the 7th Seraph, like after, be crazy because it just enhances your weapons, dealing way more damage. And a substitution to 7th Seraph is the Icos SMG, just a OG gun, real like so good. And you're probably gonna want Seraph rounds. I don't have the best roll. You're gonna want Seraph rounds and gear shift. I think I already said this, but so that's my Warmind charge Crackshot hybrid build. Thank you for watching. I'll post another tutorial soon. Like and sub. Thank you.